Hi, this is MrByZ, and today I'm going to take a look at the Betrayal at Cloud City Lego playset. I don't do too many Lego reviews, it's been a little while, but I picked this up and definitely wanted to look at it and review it for everybody. So here is my time lapse of putting it together. I know it's not the most interesting thing in the world. Sometimes it's just kind of fun to watch this go together like this. I also do realize in doing this was, I put this together over 3 days, about 8 hours total to assemble it. So you'll see some differences sometimes. All of a sudden the image shifts a little bit. Problem is sometimes I got the camera a little bit in and you can't see everything I'm doing, unfortunately. You also see that nice growing pile of empty bags over on the side. I would throw those away each day, so it doesn't keep growing. It had 13 total bags in it. Well, okay, they had numbers from 1 to 13. In some cases, you would have 3 or 4 bags that had the same number on it. Not that they were the same bag exactly, but more that there was that many bags for that step. It was almost like a step through the process, rather than a bag number like I've done in the past on a lot of this stuff. But you can see it coming together. You can see how there's only the 2 sections that have that flat flooring all the way through, although there's little pieces that go off on there. It's funny to watch this go by so fast because I remember some of these little tiny details he had to do and how painstaking it was. Like right here, I'm putting on the sections, the top dividers, and there were so many little blue pieces to do that. It was just a lot of work, and you just see it happen just like that. It looks like I'm putting together that was the twin cloud car over there, and you can barely see what I'm doing, unfortunately. This is the last piece. Last set, I only spent about an hour on the last day putting this together with the gantry portion that goes on here. So here we have the fully assembled Betrayal at Cloud City playset. I know some people were disappointed when they first saw this because I think they were expecting a full model of Cloud City rather than the playset like this, but I love this. When I saw it, this is definitely what I wanted. It's got 4 different sections here. So we have kind of our torture chamber area and like where they find 3PO, the landing pad. We have like the main landing pad, or Slave 1 landing pad anyway here. Kind of living area with the dining room, the area that Han and Leia were staying, and kind of the hallway, even where 3PO gets caught over here. And then, of course, the Bespin freezing chamber and the gantry here. Lots of things. So we'll start right over here since we're here with the gantry. Now, one of the interesting things about this is some of these pieces actually just come off like that. You'll notice that it's kind of its own separate piece. And it's kind of weird because only this section and this section are permanent, if you will. Like I can take the landing pad off over there. This will move. I'll show that in just a minute. Let's start right here with the freezing chamber. It's got some cool ideas. So this setup actually has it so where you can raise and lower Han as well as bring up the carbonite. Now it has a lever. Where's that lever? Right here. See this lever? And it's a little rickety, so I'll do the best I can here. So if we pull the lever, you can see Han goes down and the carbonite block comes up. So that's pretty cool that they were able to do a little something like that. And the working mechanisms to do that. We've obviously seen some of this and some of the other things. You can see where the Han and carbonite goes down below and how all that works. It's a pretty cool thing. And this can then just connect back in right over here. It's got these 2 little bumps there, and we can just kind of slide it on in there. Now, the gantry here, which is a lot smaller, or I don't want to say smaller, had fewer pieces than I was expecting. Now, it seems pretty solid, but if I take this gate off over here, I can then move this out as well. So you don't have to have it right next to that, however you want to display it, that sort of thing. Or you can just have it straight up, just right there. don't know how easy the gate's going to be to get back in there, though. As we move this around, I had to lift this up to put that little gate back in. But you have kind of what looks like to be the window here, like that look goes crashing through, I guess. We have two cloud car pilots. They have alternate faces on either side, so I just put both of them. You do get a little cloud car vehicle. It's not bad. It does have opening cockpits, so you can put your cloud car pilots in there, as well as firing guns here on the bottom. There's a lot of really just cool little details in it, and like if you look down this is like looking down, you know, that area where you see Luke going down and everything, so it's kind of cool. Same over here. They did some nice little details. So we come over here into, you know, where they found 3PO and everything. We have the furnace here, actually has an orange brick back in there. So it's up top. I went ahead and put my IG-88 that came with this in there. We got an Ugnaught there as well. Kind of an interesting way to do the conveyor and everything. Obviously, you can add your own junk and everything to it. It does have a sliding door, right? Yes. So we have a sliding door right here. There's actually several sliding doors. So I'll show you this one over here. You can see the detail that they put into that door. To find the door, there we go. And so it slides open as well. We have a Lobot figure. It's about the third or fourth Lobot we've ever gotten. And you can see the detail on the sliding door over here. They did little details like this, so it's not just a door, there's stuff to it. And we have the torture chamber area. You can put your Han Solo in here, and Vader can torture him to get Luke to come and show up. Has a nice combination of that red and black. It also has a little jail cell back here. If I can get this open. There we go. It's just a little cell right there. Again, lots of cool details within this, just the way it's put together. In the, it just looks so good. I'm very impressed with this. So here you can see we have the hallway kind of going up to where I had Lobot. And here we have the landing platform. On the landing platform we have Slave 1. Now it's kind of a mini Slave 1. It's not, you know, full size, not the UCS or anything like that. It's just kind of a mini, but it's still pretty cool. It's got firing guns. The wings do all that. And like I said, this platform is removable. Again, you can just pop it on off. You can see the detail on the outside of that. Put the two Bespin guards that came with this in there. You can see what it looks like to go through the doorway. Don't think, is this a sliding door? Oh, it is. There we go. So you can see what it looks like with the doorway stuff there. Okay, as we continue around, probably the most interesting area is the living quarters area. So we do have the dining room. I've got Fett in there. You can see like the wall hangings are in there. There's a couple of those. There's like, I don't even know if this was in the movie. I don't remember. It looks like a miniature Cloud City model right there. Again, we have doorways. These actually slide up and down. You can see I have this in the up position. If I pull this out, it will go slide down. And you can see that it's got detail on it and everything. The windows are pretty cool. We got a couple of different windows here, which is nice. This is the living quarters area. You can see how they made the little sculpture that we see where Han and Leia are staying. Again, we have a door that opens and closes here. Just nice little details onto these things. Here is, of course, where 3PO gets caught by the stormtroopers. I have a couple chairs. It's kind of an interesting way of doing, like, just this little piece of piping and everything back here, making that look. And we have a door that can open and shut right there. And we have like that sculpture that was in the middle of the hallway. As you can see here, I've got all the kind of set up for when they face Vader. They even have like this little sculpture thing on the wall sculpture deal right there, which is pretty cool. Again, I'm just very impressed by all the little details. These all, you know, if you need to access something, you can lift up each one of these. Let's go ahead and take a look at all the different minifigures then. Something I forgot about is there's actually a trap door, I don't know what you want to call it, I'm assuming this would be like what Luke came up or through when he first came into Cloud City, going after Vader and all that. So kind of a neat little extra piece in there. So this set does come with abundance of minifigures. It actually comes with 20 minifigures and the Han and Carbonite. So I'll just kind of go through each one of these. We have the Ugnaught. I haven't compared him exactly to the one that came with the carbon freezing chamber from a couple years ago, but it's pretty similar. I think it's the same head. I don't think the body's quite different, so it might be different paint on him. We have Bespin Guards. We've gotten Bespin Guards before. I think these are newer, if you will. I don't think I have the other Bespin Guards. So we have one with a mustache and one without a mustache. We do get an all-new Luke Bespin. I believe the last Luke Bespin to have been done was on the very hard-to-get Cloud City playset. What was that, 2003? Oh, how I wanted that and never did get it. But I know they did a Luke Bespin. This one's really good. He's got the facial expression there, and you can turn around. He has a more fierce facial expression if you'd like. It does come with a lightsaber and the gun. We have Darth Vader. I don't think there's anything new about this Darth Vader. I do like how they've been doing a very soft cloth cape on Vader's lately. And he does have the whole removable helmet feature where he has the collar on, and you can see there. Nice thing about Vader, instead of having an expression on the back, is you get like the scarring and everything, which is pretty cool. We have the Cloud Car pilots. Like I said, we get two of them. They're both exactly the same. There's just two facial expressions. You can just turn around their heads, so I put each one, in the separate ones like that. There are two Stormtroopers. They are exactly the same. They do have a head underneath. Remember back in the early days when it was just a black like a black peg type thing underneath? So we do have a couple Stormtroopers that look angry there. We have R2. I don't think there's much new there. And the C-3PO. We do have Lando. I believe this is the second Lando since that Cloud City place that I talked about earlier. I do like that he has kind of a design on the inside of his cape, which is pretty cool. So you have that gold on the inside and the blue on the outside. And he has two expressions. So you have Smiling Lando, and you have just kind of, I guess, Smug Lando, you could call it. We have supposed to be Bespin Escape Leia, although she still has the vest on from Hoth, so not totally accurate, but I mean, Lego isn't always completely accurate with these things. And she has two expressions, a smiling there and the more fierce look there. We also have a straight up Bespin Leia. Again, I think they made one way back with that Cloud City playset, but to get one more in this dress and everything, it's pretty awesome. Bespin Leia is probably one of my favorite outfits for Leia, so I always like it when we get that. She has two facial expressions as well. We get Bespin Han. I don't know if Bespin Han actually came with that previous set. I'd have to look. He does have the stripes and everything down the side, which is pretty cool. He has two facial expressions. Ooh, show that better. We have Captured Han, about to go to Carbonite. And he has two facial expressions. We have Chewbacca, nothing new about Chewie. We have Boba Fett. I'm not sure if anything's new about this. I haven't kept up on a lot of this stuff, but I do know, like, he's got the printing on the arms, on the legs, on the feet. He's got printing everywhere. I know that was one of the things about that first Cloud City playset. It was one of the first figures I think had printing on the arms, which makes that Boba Fett, that original one, so valuable. I think, yep, he's got a face underneath, just the one. We have Lobot. I think this is the third Lobot we've gotten, if I'm not mistaken, because there was one, maybe there was fourth, because maybe there was one with that Cloud City set. There was one that came with the Cloud Car, one that came with those planets, and this one I went with that Cloud City. And IG-88 looks the same as the one that was just in the Advent calendar as well. And then finally, I don't know if you'd consider a minifig, but the Haunted Carbonite, which we've gotten this several times now, with some Jabba the Hutt sets, with Carbon Freezing Chamber from a couple years ago, but I mean, still much needed for this set. So in grading on this, it's a little different. Instead of like sculpting, I said construction, and the overvalue I give on construction this is 100. Just because it's got so many little details to it, lots of little things. It is really cool to put together. It's a lot of fun. I mean, Lego is partly, it's a toy, and it's a model that you get to put together. And I thought the model on this was a lot of fun to put together, and it looks really good. The features, there's so many cool features on this. I definitely give that 100. The minifigures in there, again, I give 100. With 20 minifigures plus a Haunted Carbonite piece, how can you go wrong? Plus, many of those are unique. Overall, the value, I put in 95. $350 is not cheap, obviously. But I feel it seems to be in line with mostly what LEGO's been doing. And it's about right for the set. It's a very large set, and it comes together really nicely. My only real complaint with this whole thing is I was hoping it was going to be 4 solid corners, like a section of the Death Star set that we've gotten before. But instead, you get 2 solid corners and then 2 pieces that detach with that freezing chamber and the landing platform detaching. I would wish those were marked in there, so maybe you could take the whole thing and put it like on a smaller platform and just have it sitting up, like you can do with the Death Star. You don't have to have a big platform to put that on, and it'll stick out from that, which is cool. I was hoping for that with this, but sadly no. So I don't know how I'm going to display this yet. But it does make you so you can move things around a little bit, and you can like pull out that freezing chamber set and play with it a little bit if you want, if you're a kid on that sort of thing. But overall, grade on this is a 98.75%, which is an A. So that is my look at the Betrayal of Cloud City playset. I love this thing. A lot of times I like to buy Lego sets that Hasbro doesn't do. I've been in with Lego since they first did them in 1999. I really have liked them. I had to slack off a little bit in 2002, 2003, as I couldn't afford to buy all the sets coming out at that point. But I still like to buy them, and like this set, I had to get it. I love Cloud City in general, and I thought this was a really cool set. Wouldn't it be awesome if Hasbro made a Cloud City playset like this, scale for action figures, or even like the Micro Collection playset or the Micro Machines playset that they did? Something like that. I'm really hoping that'll be like the next Hasbro HasLab idea, is a giant Cloud City playset, as we've never gotten something like that, and I would love it. As for this set, it's awesome. I definitely recommend it. If you're a Lego fan, if you're a Cloud City fan, this is a fun set. It's got a lot of really cool pieces, great detailing that went into it. Like 20 minifigs. That's a lot of minifigs, and there's some unique ones in there that are great to get. I do recommend picking this up if you got the money and you like your Legos. Go get it. So I hope you enjoyed this review. You can check out my older reviews. I've got some old Lego reviews in there. Lots of Hasbro, of course. And I'm going to be doing, my next video will be my first helmet. I picked up that Hasbro Black Series Darth Vader helmet, and I'm going to be taking a look at that for my next review. So until next time, enjoy your collecting.